Ayan, good morning. Seda, good morning, dear. Good morning. Let our people start joining. Whoever is joining, give a text. Hi, Anna. Good morning. Walaikum salam. Seda, dear. Good morning, Anna. Good morning, Ayan. Oh, Leo Sujit. Good morning. Good morning, dear. Whoever got in, just give their attendance by texting. Say something. Good morning, guys. We have a very beautiful topic for discussion today. A very important topic for as far as you all are concerned, right? Okay. Whoever got in, kindly text so that we can see who are available in the list. Hi, good morning, Sania. Good morning. Good morning. Sania has reached. Fasila, good morning, Fasila Banu. Great. We have a beautiful topic to discuss today. Hope the people are getting in. Dia Sanjoy. Good morning, Dia. Welcome. Yeah, this will be available later on when you are not on live. Once it is over, YouTube will automatically upload it in my channel. Nihala Tadatil. Welcome, dear. Good morning. Good morning. Suresh Pillai. That is Tarun Suresh, right? Yes. Good morning, Tarun. Good morning, Lena. Yes. Keep informing your friends that the life has started. Okay. Hi, Alina. Good morning, dear. Hi, Alina. Okay. Okay. So I'm just sending the messages to people there. Okay. Oh, okay. Saji, good morning. So I think we can slowly get into the topic. Meanwhile others can join. No worries about that. So the message has just gone to them. Hope they are going to join with us now. So we are going to discuss a beautiful topic that is exam, its dynamics, how to write the exam in such a wonderful way, how to be a pro in writing exams, how to come out with colorful marks and high ranks after the exams, how to improve your grades through perfect exam presentations. Okay, good morning and silly. Great. Okay, so guys, what is the topic? Exam. And you all know exam is the future of each and every student who aspire to get into great heights of life. Yeah, good morning, Ashamol. Welcome. So, guys, when we talk about exams, some important things should come into your mind at the start. Number one, if at all it is a 2 hour exam or 3 hours exam, whatever it is, that 3 hours decides what is or what you have done for the last 1 year or sometimes 2 years or even sometimes 3 years, isn't it? That means when you are writing the exam, the time you are spending in front of the question paper and answer sheet, that 3 hours are such a valuable time in anyone's life. Why? Because that decides how you spent at least last past 1 year, isn't it? You will agree with me. The 1 years of work that you have been doing all the way is going to be checked out just in 3 hours. What am I telling? The importance of your exams, whether it is university exams, board exams, or even class tests, whatever it is. The time that you are given to write the exam is the most valuable time of the life of a student as far as his future is concerned. Hope you will agree with me, right? Okay. So now, keeping that importance of the exam in our mind, let us get into some simple but beautiful thoughts. What are they, guys? Number one, okay, what is the mind of a teacher who is going to correct your answer sheets once you have given the paper to him or her? What is the psychological status of the teacher who is going to correct your answer sheet physically with pen and paper once you finished writing the exam and given this to him or her? That's our question, right? What is the psychological status of the teacher? Okay. Good morning, Bhavitra. Welcome, dear. Let me tell a simple example to bring to your brains a few beautiful thought about what this topic is. Okay. Imagine one day, one among you came to my home and asked, "Sir, how are you? How is life? I just wanted to meet you. I just came just to have to say a hi to you." That's it. And I'm like, "Oh my God, you are here. Come on, sit. I'm going to cook some food for you. You are going only after eating it. Sit here." You're like, "Oh goodness, why did I come like this? He's compelling me to sit here. Am I going to sit the complete time? Oh my God, what amount of time it's going to take?" And now I came from the inside. I came by a book in my hand. And what is it? The copy of a book that is Tingle. Okay. Hi, Shinamal Ajit. Welcome, Shinamal Ajit. Okay, so a Tingle book, the Tingle cartoon book is there with me, and I just gave it to you and all. Meanwhile, Shifa, welcome. Meanwhile, when I am preparing my food, okay, you please go through this Tingle book. Hi, Javena. Fine, you are like, okay, I will just go through Tingle. Fine. And you are like, Ansel, come on, you are welcome, Ansel. And you are like, what? Tingle, let me go and read it slowly. Meanwhile, he will finish it. Great. Time is just ticking. What is next? You have somehow gone through each and every single details of the Tingle book, and nothing is going to work. No news from me from the kitchen. And after that, you told, "Sir, are you there? Yeah, what happened here? I finished reading this book." "Oh, okay, but I didn't finish cooking, man. Hold on. I gotta give you another book." "All right." I took the book from your hand, kept on the table, on in front of you, the table, went inside, took another book, the same tingle, same copy, same print, same content, okay, and gave it to you and like, okay, you're gonna read this now. You're like, sir, this I already read, sir. Nothing doing. You read it. No, I already covered it. I don't want to read that. No, I say you read it. You have to sit and read it. You're like, what is going on, man? I simply came to say hi to you. I'm like, no, you will sit and read it. At the end, I'm going to give biryani. Okay, hold on till now. Read. Oh my God, what is your psychological status now? Huh? You know, you're like, oh my goodness, this I already read, and why is he compelling me to read it again? And between, I'm like, are you reading? And I'm physically checking, and you're not reading. I'm like, come on, read louder, let me also hear it. Oh, what is going to happen? Wait, let us continue the story. Yeah, welcome, Beulah. MashaAllah, Beulah joined us. She's a, usual. There are some common audience always for us. So finally, what happens? You finish reading that book also somehow, and the story continues. I have brought around 40 same books on the same day, the same time, same moment where I am sitting and making you read it continuously, one after the other. And what will be the depth of the boredom that hits you? Am I right? Now think about the teacher who is correcting your answer sheets. Yeah, guys. I used to say this example to my students. Yeah. The teacher, yeah, Dr. Ajmal, welcome. That's mashallah. Ajmal is there with me. That's a wonderful guest I have. Dr. Ajmal is one of my, pioneering students, and mashallah, he is doing wonderful in his job. And let's all welcome Dr. Ajmal to our live. So, guys, what is next? Yeah, Alia Ali. Welcome, Alia. Okay, now what is next? After think about the teacher's mind now. What is it? Teacher has got 30 to 40 bundles of answer sheets, and most of the answer sheets are almost same. And you are asking, you have written everything and your mind is fully there. Teacher is going to correct it and I'm going to get mark from this, right? Yeah, the mango tree. Okay, Aditi is, prompting me. What is your answer? Mango tree and the cow. Okay, I know. I'll come to that. Such a beautiful explanation which I gave before. So what happens, the teacher is somehow finished the first copy of the answer sheet. Oh my God. Teacher is around half an hour it took for completing one answer sheet. But now the second page onwards, teacher can go fast. Why? Because she knows the pattern, the order, everything. Moreover, the teacher has written some. There are some techniques for teachers to correct the papers very quickly, and you must have seen that how fast they go, dum 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 dum. Right? All right. Now let us think of the second paper teacher took. That is a copy of the tingle of the previous tingle that the teacher read. Almost same copy. Third same, fourth same, 40 papers. If it is one class, when the class teacher is correcting your book, or if it is a board exam, hundreds of copies of tingle on the same spot, sitting and reading. What a treachery, right? For the teacher. Hope you agree with me. And that is what going to happen with the teacher. Now you calculate and tell me, what is the mind of the teacher when he or she is going through the answer sheets and correcting it? And you see, the teacher cannot leave a single point. Teacher cannot leave aside anything which is so important and core. Teacher has to make sure that what I have gone through each and every point. If at all I missed one, I'm going to answer for this. The child's future is important. Yeah, welcome. Walaikum salam, Fatima Mahmood. Look, this is the condition of a teacher. So this is an introduction. I want to tell you, how should you present your answer sheet so that the teacher can feel like, oh, this is a beautiful paper I saw in between. This is what I'm going to catch up, and this is what catching my eyes, and this is what making my day. Can you give it to the teacher? Yes. So some of you are thinking like, yes, sir, my paper, the moment teacher gets, she will be very happy because I have written complete bullshit. A teacher will sit and laugh like anything, isn't it? Yeah, one way you made teacher very happy. Why? At least some changes I got. Right? Sometimes I read these questions. Write the name of 5 organisms living in water. What is the child's answer? Ah, 2 frogs and 3 fish. Finished. 2 plus 3, 5. Mathematically correct. So such beautiful answers. Another question, what are chemical changes? Answer is what? Such changes are called chemical changes. Child has learned only that statement. Nothing more prior to that. So such beautiful answers we will see. Another day I saw, how does amoeba catch its prey? And what is the answer? No, amoeba will sit under a tree and wait for its prey to come. The moment a prey like deer or some rabbit comes, amoeba will jump on it and then attack. Oh my God, oh my God. Such beautiful answers. Okay, when you have written, teacher will make the day. But then your day or your life will be spoiled with that one. So the question right now in front of us is how to make our answer sheets. Pro, isn't it? And believe me, there are some students who study everything and they remember everything and they write according to what required everything. They reach each nook and corner. Okay, but then when exam results come, they are not the topper. Somebody else who did not do all these things might be the topper. That might be the reason, again, I'm repeating and telling you the channel heading which I gave, the tagline of my channel is what? Work less and score high. Means work smarter. Write the answer smarter, not simply writing whatever you like. So that is the topic for today, the dynamics of writing a wonderful board exam, which can give you very much amount of attention from the person who is correcting your paper and make you top in the ranking and give you high grades. Okay, guys, so now I'm getting into the topic, and guys, come on, never miss a single point. Go ahead with me. I have written some points for you, so serious things are there going to be discussed. So let us see what are the 3 phases in examination. Phase 1 is before the exam. Phase 2 is during the exam. Phase 3 is while we start the exam, and phase 4 is while we are going through the exam, and phase 5 is how do we end the exam. So these 5 phases we're going to cover, and keep in mind you don't miss a single point as it is so important and so worthy. I'm sure, guys, you have never thought like this. I'm sure at the end you're going to thank me and telling like, yes, this is what I really wanted for years. Believe me, in my exams, whatever I have written, after I have understood all these tips and tricks and techniques, all the exams I have written, believe me, guys, I have gone to the top first and could get the gold medal, whatever I studied. So I repeat, next is you, the gold medalist. Okay. So guys, let us get into point number 1. What are the major things before the exam? So you are like, before the exam, you have to study, right? Of course, you have to study. Those who did not study, some people are like, can I get marks without study? Yes, there are methods for that also, but that is yet another topic for another live. Okay, so you are waiting for that, I know. Okay, fine. That we'll see later on. But imagine you have systematically prepared. Remember, not preparation, systematic preparation with the timetable, with your corner notes, with your side notes, with your flag notes, and with your crux sheet, which we have told before this live. And those who have not seen that can go back and check out the previous lives, which is listed here. So by using all these things, you have prepared systematically for your exams. Okay, now the last thing that you're going to do is the revision of whatever you covered. Remember, guys, however you studied, how much ever you covered, how much ever confident you are, still last 2, 3, 4 days, you're gonna write and read and understand and go thoroughly and run through fast through each and every point you have studied before. Remember, once more you bring it to your brain, you're going to remember for the exams like pro. So that is the second thing. Revise somehow before the exams. Okay, for that, nothing should stand in front of you. Okay, once we had our exams and oh my goodness, big trouble happened, but even with that trouble, we didn't give up. We did whatever possible from our side. Those days there was power cut in our country, no power at night and no candlelight, and we have to write the exams. And if you don't revise, what is going to happen? Next day exam will be a flop. So we did not wait for this. Even if there is a street lamp, we can go and read under that. That was the condition of those days. But anyway, you all are protected in a wonderful environment. You will not face such troubles and things in your life. So let's go. What to do on the day before exam? So many people have this question, and the answer is very simple for you. What? That is the day where I'm going to study everything, sir. No, that is the day where you're supposed to close your book and just think only what are things you learned. Pull out your crux sheet, just read once more, keep it back, take next crux sheet, read and keep it back like this. Okay. No, sir, for me, that is the day which I start, where I start a new chapter, right? I know such people are there with us, but that is entirely wrong. Okay, guys, sorry. Now, let's go for what to do before the day. What is it before the day of exam? Of course, you all will be in a hurry. You all will be so tensed. Okay, get some help from your friends or mommy or somebody who is there at home. Pack your things, including extra pen, extra eraser, all this kind of stuffs. Okay, pack it and make sure you have extra stuffs here, instrument box and all these kinds of things. All right, then next important thing, you must keep a clock or a watch with you, which shows big dial, which shows the time running. Better to use a manual one, because these electronic type or liquid crystal displays and all, sometimes teachers won't allow you to take into the exam hall. So better is to keep a manual but a big dial, and do not look at the time of the watch, rather set it in what our running time, and you can set it for 3 hours from the start of your exams. So a clock is a must. When you have a clock or a watch with you, next important thing that you cannot forget it, this is a very serious point, okay, before the exam. Look, imagine your exam is out of 70 marks or 80 marks or even 100 marks. You know how your paper is going to be. And you know the pattern of the paper. Most of you have already given sample papers from various universities, colleges, and schools, and even CBSE. And you know how many 5-mark questions are there, 2 mark, 3 mark, 1 mark for university, 10 marks, 15 marks, all these question patterns, right? And you know how much of time is available for that, right? So 3 hours. Now be with me. 3 hours, 180 minutes. Total marks, 100 marks. So what shall you do? What is the time given for 1 mark? Did you ever calculate like this in your life? But you have to calculate. Okay. So you will come to know, in 180 minutes, I'm supposed to, attend, for example, 100 marks. Isn't it? So you have not even completely 2 minutes for 1 mark. That is a clear calculation. And now you're starting with 1 mark questions answer. And first questions answer, oh my God, you're going to write for 5 minutes? No, never. You are supposed to take that given less than 2 minutes only for that question. Imagine you cover it. Then you're like, can I stick like this and continue like sir? No, sometimes you have to do adjustments and all. But once you have adjusted for one answer, little extra time, don't do the same for everything. At the end, you will find it's not going to finish. You have to adjust the next question by reducing the time for that. Hope you got what I mean. So that is the adjustment. Otherwise, it's going to be a flop. Okay, so dividing the marks accordingly. And that is our last step, the day before exams and all. So dividing the mark, you can do well in advance and keep it very clear in front of you. So you know exactly 10 marks, 5 marks, how many minutes I can give. Around 10 minutes, not even 10 exactly like that. You make it very clear and make sure you follow it. Let us go the day of exam. During exam, you are getting up early morning. You didn't sleep properly. I know you have tension. You took a bath. Some of you did not bath, even running to the exam hall. And look, guys, reach well in advance. Otherwise, the tension, the amount of cortisol, okay, the amount of the hormones, especially epinephrine and all, made in your body may trouble you. So do not make it late. Reach on time, not on time, early before the time. Okay, well in advance you reach there, and whenever there is a prayer or something, join with the prayer and then reach the exam hall well in advance. Next, teacher is going to give the paper to you. Come on, guys, we are getting into serious things. Okay, your mind is full of thoughts, and you're not knowing what to do. Here I would like to give a very important, I would like to give a very important point. Look, some topic was there which however you learned, you're forgetting. Again you tried, you're forgetting. Again you tried, you're forgetting. Your corner notes you forgot. Your crack sheet you're forgetting. That method of mnemonics you're not able to get. Oh my goodness, such idiotic stuffs will be there. No, everyone will have something like that. These you separately put in a chit, like a chit in your pocket, not the chit for writing, copying. Okay, be careful, that is not allowed. It will be very difficult if you are caught for that, with that one. So, and before entering the exam hall, just go through this points, tuck, 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 keep repeating without thinking anything. The moment you got inside, okay, put this in your bag and keep repeating all the way. And now, once you got the examinations question paper, just scan the paper tuck, 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 very quickly and see whether this toughest thing that you kept repeating before entering to the exam hall is available in your question paper or not. If it is there, you have to keep that and you cannot miss it. What? The moment you got the answer sheet, what are you going to do? Take your pencil and the back part of the sheet, before filling any details, you write these tips for writing this answer. Even if at all teacher sees that, no problem. Why? Because exam started and you have the right to write whatever you want on the answer sheet. Sometimes teacher tell to open it later on, but imagine while you're going through the exams, and when you reach that particular question, meanwhile our passive memorization must have made it forgotten. So that will be dangerous, isn't it? So don't miss it. Keep it written so that these kind of stuff you can catch. Now, next thing, okay, you got the paper. The most important time that the teacher gives you is the valuable time called the reading time. Okay, most of the exams are giving now reading time. Guys, this is so serious time. When you read, what are the major dynamics to keep in mind? Number one, reading time might be 10 or 15 minutes. So you cannot read it in depth and blah, blah, blah. You have to read it fast, but at the same time by comprehending. If you did not understand the question, you have to read it twice and comprehend it. Meanwhile, teachers will tell, do not touch the question paper, do not mark anything, do not write anything. So many instructions will be there. The teacher is so strict about that, certainly you should not. But imagine you want to tick or something. Nobody is going to tell you why did you take this question. Come on, get out of the question. And exam hall. That's going to happen. So what I'm telling you, while you're reading question 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, it's okay, fine. What if the question we learned so much did not come? That is our luck now. Don't worry about that. Okay, so we can, if the question that you learned and you were keeping at the tip of your mouth till the exam starting point and didn't come, you throw it out forever. Don't bring it back again. You can easily relax and say, I'm done. It's not there anyway. I'm very happy. So guys, what is this particular point? Once you are reading question number 1, you know the answer thoroughly, perfectly. What are you going to do now? On the question number 1, just put a small tick with your pencil. Okay, a tick. Question number 2, you know the answer. Tick. Very small and short tick. Okay, question number 3, you do not know the answer. You're stuck. Don't be worried. Put a circle for that question. Go ahead. Do not waste your time. Question number 4, you know the answer partially, little, not completely sure. Try to recollect, not now, during the exam major time. So put a box for that partial answer. Okay, box. All right, so now you have, when you're reading like this, you have ticks, circles and boxes. Hope you're getting me. Now what happens, you read, sometimes you have choice questions, isn't it? So when you reach the choice question, that is a serious time given by the teacher to choose what you know. When you got both the questions, try to recollect the points. Yes, first one, I could get all the choice. Second one, I'm not sure about. So make sure there and then itself during the reading time, which question you are going to answer. Hi Advait, welcome dear. Okay, so choice question should be clearly chosen before you get into the real answer. Okay, so that is the next point about choice questions. So the 15 minutes given before the exam, that's the reading time, has so much of things to do with. Hope you understand what I mean, isn't it? Okay, now let's go. Meanwhile, suppose you finish reading everything, you can make a plan how to write the paper. By the way, so many of you are asking whether I can start from the last question, whether I can start from 5 marks, then I can go for 1 mark. Yes, you can go in any pattern, but most of the teachers, by taking into the consideration of the teacher's psychological mind, okay, we don't know what way the teacher is sitting in front of the paper to correct here. Imagine the teacher that day won a lottery and full happy and like I will give a throw party for everyone. Okay, hi Miss Simi. Simi is my classmate, mashallah. So happy to see her here. This your channel is going wonderfully well. I loved all your preparations. You are welcome to this live, Simi. Let's go ahead. So imagine what you have given, what the paper, and right now selected yeah, you have selected the choices and you're just going through what the paper, and suppose you have selected the answers in such a way that something which you were not clear about was been selected, and you're going to attend. Before entering to the questions, you have a chance again to look at, and you can revert, no worries. Okay, so this is what yet another thing to keep in mind, and all these tricks and takes you have to keep in mind while you are taking your reading time. And if you got little extra time at the end, if you finish reading everything and still you have time to read, what are you going to do next? Okay, this time you can make the final choices, the major points that you want to recollect, everything can put over there. Okay, so we were just going through some important point before I welcome Simi, and I just skipped it from my brain. If at all somebody remember, just you can text it over here so that I can follow with the same thing, because you don't want to skip it, I know. So I will get back to that if somebody texts me. So now what is going to be next? That is our starting time. I think I was telling about how to plan to write, isn't it? Yeah, about yes, I got it now. So about what question I am going to write first, what question later, can I change the order? Okay, when we think about the psychology of the teacher, it is better not to change the order, isn't it? So some people are like, sir, I know 5 marks, some teachers told 5 marks is always better to catch. There is no doubt 5 marks is, or the highest questions are always better to catch. But then remember, if you are unable to reach or unable to cover up all the papers, or you have that habit of what leaving some questions, and habit of troubling all your questions at the end, especially higher questions, this particular live will help you out. So better I would suggest you to go in order. Okay, 1 2 3, and if you are keeping the time in your mind, you are not going to miss anything. As I told you, 1 mark, this much of time. So guys, now let us get into the third major part of our exam, that is the starting of our exam. So what shall we do? Look, number 1, you have ticked, circled and boxed most of the questions. Okay, imagine while you were going through this and you got a mnemonics for and remembering this particular question's answer, you got a story for that question's answer, like that. So the moment you are asked to write, you just open your question paper, not even answer sheet, and all the mnemonics and all the stories that you had with you, or you have with you right now to answer that question, pull out and put near the near the question paper. Sometimes you are asked not to tamper with the question paper, not to do anything. Then you can take your answer sheet's last page, and with the pencil you can jot down whatever you want. But remember, at the end, strike off the paper, or else teacher is going to see what is going on here. Like as you all know, the last page of your notebook, how it was, same way it will happen. So be careful about that. Okay, now look, comprehending the question is a very important part of any test paper. That means there are certain technical terms used in question paper. Explain, okay, describe, define, distinguish, list the characters, define, derive, like that. So many terminologies are there. Imagine you are not clear about these terms meanings. For example, what are the achievements of, or what are the drawback of, or what are the advantages of, what are the significance of, isn't it? Significance means what? If you don't know the meaning, go ahead and check it in the dictionary, get the clear meaning of what that particular word is saying us. If you don't know, you thought significance means where it happens, and you wrote the answer, you are going to completely get 0 mark for that question, because significance meaning is entirely different and contextual wise meanings might change. So you must be a master in deciphering and comprehending your questions. Okay, now read every question, comprehend twice before answering. I would like to make you understand this point seriously. Don't read the question and jump to answer. Read the question once, you got an idea. Read it once more, point by point, and comprehend it very clearly and check out what the teacher needs from you as an answer. Okay, that's the second reading. And without comprehending, do not go ahead. Next, we're going to write. Okay, number one, draw a margin. Of course, you will draw a margin a bit, one and 3 to 3 centimeters sized margin, and your question numbers should come before or inside the margin. Some of you have the habit of putting the question number outside the margin, and remember, the things written outside the margin is always regarded as a sub point and remain point. Okay, so you are going to trouble yourself. So many people lost marks because they did not put the question numbers before the margin. I had a student like that, very good student, but when the exams result came, everything is, question number is written after the margin. And when recollection and revaluation was given, that was the point. Teacher, even then teacher was a bit, good from the heart and given the marks, but that need a re-evaluation to check into. So do not forget, question number should come before the margin. So guys, now what is next? It's a very good idea to keep a small margin on the right side also for all the question paper. I mean, all the answer sheets. What do I mean? Look, guys, listen to me. Once you gave the paper, the teacher is going to collect it, right? Then where it goes, you don't know. You don't know. Then teacher is going to tie it. It goes to a cover. Then again, next tie, it goes to a van. It goes in airplanes, maybe trains, maybe it will reach the destination and people untie. Meanwhile, so many people will use this, and so many times tying and untying or stuffs like that happen. You just imagine a bunch of papers when tied continuously. You're going to what? Break the tip of both the sides, no, I mean the edges of the papers, isn't it? So if you have written till the edge, and because of this tying and untying, maybe that edge is broken and some parts are broken away from your answer sheet. Maybe that particular word, a very important key point you have written there, is missing, and the teacher will regard it as like you have not written. Everybody may not be very fully free to give you marks. Why? Because based on the psychology of teacher had got a lottery. I told you before, teacher will want to give throw a party for everyone. Teacher will give you mark like anything. Okay, don't think teacher will blow marks for you. But then imagine teacher had a very bad fight with his wife or husband or whatever it is, and they are going to sit with the correcting papers, will find the very answer wrong. What the hell you have written? Ting. Will try to find out mistakes with you, right? So it's a part of luck also. So you need to catch the eye of the teacher, and these are the techniques for that. So guys, look, next what I'm going to tell is about answering the questions. Okay. So while answering the question, you must have already prepared a prior plan to answer. What? You must have learned the question's answer, no? But did you ever try making a plan how to answer? No, never. Look, let me tell you. Imagine you have English exam and you went to the dictionary and pulled out certain words, like you must have heard about our great leader Shashi Tharoor. Okay, some words, some vocabularies you pulled out from the dictionary, and you learn the meaning carefully and clearly, and you made some statements where you can use this, and you're well prepared. And in the exam, you are just boom throwing the statements, and while the teacher is reading, teacher is, my goodness, what is this? Is such a word available? Or even, and the teacher has to refer a dictionary to correct your answer sheet. Think about the condition, guys. So what is the level of your answer sheet? I say all these things, but very less I saw people following it. Look, if you do it, you are going to see some changes. Is it possible only in English? No, everyone say language is for communication. You have to make it as simple as possible. Of course, I'm not rejecting that word. Of course, you have to make it simple. But in your answering styles, you have already prepared certain statements to nail your answer, not simply to write your answer, nailing your answer, and use that statements at the opening and at the conclusion of your answers. Every answer has an OBC, opening, body, and conclusion. Okay, so that opening and conclusion is such great words which you have already pre-planned and prepared and which is not written by any student, yeah, sure, teacher is going to catch your answer very quickly. Am I right? Yes. You're like, how do I prepare it? Yes, you have so many methods for that we'll see another day. So guys, now what is next? You're going through the answers and by question following line by line, you're writing the answer. How to start an answer? For example, what are the major causes behind Second World War? That's a question. Explain the major causes behind Second World War. Your answer should start like this. What is that? Question number 7. Suppose you put question number 7 in the paper. Now, after that, in the margin, first line should be what the major causes for Second World War are as follows. There is nothing wrong if you write a statement which is taken directly from the question. Some of you are like, sir, I do only that. The major cause for the Second World War is like the major causes, and it is because of that the Second World War, and Second World War has so many major causes, and the major causes of Second World War is the cause of the major Second World War. This way also some of you write answers, right? I mean it seriously. Some of you guys, they don't have anything to write and you write whatever you like and you try to fill the paper. I appreciate that, but not always, okay? So, hi Jinu, welcome. So, this way you have to explain all the points. First, you write a word, a sentence which is taken from the question itself. Then you put 1, 2, 3, 4. Write as bullet points and tell important points at the start. Don't keep it for the end. Teacher might read first and second, third and fourth point and sees all these points are not important. And at the end, you must have kept all the important points. But still, teacher is like, oh, he didn't write. He's simply bluffing. Yes, you're going to cut the marks. So make sure you have to write all the important things at the point. Okay, point by point. And look, one more question you started. Okay, for examples. Don't give too much of time for that. Some of you do that. What? Started, oh, this answer I know, I'm going to rock it. 1 mark answer, like 5 marks, 1 full page. What, yaar, even if you write 100 page, teacher can give you maximum 1, not even 1.01. Hi Sandra, good morning Sandra, welcome dear. So many new people are there joining with us, our all students. I'm so happy to take them all back here. So happy to see you all guys. Okay, this is a very good medium where we can talk each other, we can see after long, and of course hope we will rejoice all the moments. So let's continue. Using bullet point answering is always a good method for subjects like science, social science, etc. Okay, but imagine if it is English and you are not supposed to write in bullet point, right? Word limit, you have to keep that and go ahead. Okay, so what are the important things about those exams? I'll come to on later. Now let us go. Better to keep the order, and if at all you don't know an answer, try to leave certain lines, some 4 or 5 lines where you can accommodate the answer and go ahead. Once your answer is over, oh, okay, Acha and Angelina, welcome. Okay, once one answer is over, every high scoring student has done this. What is it? Once the answer is over, they put a line with a ruler there to say that I'm done with this. I'm not going to add anything here, and I will do later. Before you put a line, under every answer it's a good idea to leave 1 or 2 lines simply. I'll tell you why, okay, later on. Now that's how you are separating each answer and going on. Imagine you don't know an answer, you can leave some space there, but don't put the question mark there. Don't put the question number there. Why? Because you put the question number and you left it like that, what will happen? Teacher will understand, he doesn't know anything. Suppose the question paper, first 5 answers you don't know, you simply put the question paper and put box. First impression itself is what? Gone, and you are going to trouble yourself, isn't it? So that's why you cannot do that. But imagine then you're like, okay, at the end also I don't know the answer, what will I do, sir? Okay, if you don't know the answer at the end, if you have kept that boxes like that, you can just cross it, that boxes, because question number is not there. Teacher is like, maybe by mistake the child kept some gaps and simply crossed it. No problem, but don't forget to crosses, don't leave gaps like that. Okay, now next one, start only questions, answers that you know. Okay, then you're like, how will I keep the order? Right, in the order, write only what you know. That you are very clear, you have ticked, you have circled, and you have boxed. So you're going to answer only ticked ones, circled, box, space you are leaving in, just going ahead. Sometimes you are like, the space which I left is not enough. Don't worry, you left some space and you don't know what is the answer, so that space is more than enough. Don't mind. Okay, so now let's go for what the next point. Skip the questions which are not clearly known, but at the end we can see what we can do there. All right, highlight or underline or even box major points. Okay, so you are writing an answer. Okay, what are the major features of a good respiratory organ? So first is high surface area, and you underline that high surface area, side point, or you put in a box. New method used by children, especially high scoring children, is they put a box. Sorry for that. So they put a box on the words. Okay, so a box will certainly attract the teacher, and if all the points are written in boxes, the teacher is not going to check anything in depth. Okay, so if the points are clearly available in the box, teacher is finding it so easily, and that many number of points which is required in the answer key, the answer will flow and the mark will come out of the pocket of the teacher. All right, then let's go what distinguish question. If you have a question like distinguish, okay, never write in statements. Just go draw two columns and give heading for columns and write the differences. So it's very easy and clear. Okay, now you're welcome. Say, my dear Heaven's Creation, I don't know what is the name exactly, but could you please write your name also? I'll be so happy to hear that. So now a pencil and a ruler for drawing any kind of tables or boxes. Do not forget to keep it done with a pencil and a ruler. Some of you have the habit of drawing with pen. No. Okay, any tables, any diagrams, you have to use pencil and ruler. Do not draw free-handed unless and until you know how to draw straight line with there. Otherwise you say ruler. Okay, now 5-mark questions. Okay, always write 5-mark questions with 3 major things: an intro, the content, and the conclusion, like the OBC I told, the opening, the body, and the conclusion. Okay, whenever you have a chance to draw a diagram in 5-mark questions and all, draw the diagram. If at all not necessary, you feel like, still if there is a time available, draw the diagram. And what are you going to do next? You are supposed to label the diagram and put a heading to the diagram. A title to the diagram is a must. We all draw the diagrams, but we didn't give a title. So teacher can give a title there. You drew the diagram of what? Male reproductive organs. Okay, and structure, male reproductive system, and teacher can title it as what? Second World War. So what will happen? So the titling should be perfectly done and it should be labeled properly. Okay, so now let us go for what? The next point. What is it? If it is a social science paper, map work is a question. You do take the map, and on the top of the map, on the top above the left corner in the margin, don't forget ever to write the question number. So many people miss question number in social map works, and because of that they lost so much of marks. Okay, so that full question may not be considered if you are writing without it. Okay, so let us go for yet another things. For mathematics, if you are writing any answer in mathematics, there is a style to follow there. What is it? First of all, in the question, what are the data given to you? This is applicable for physics and chemistry where you're doing problem solvings, okay, especially numericals. What are the datum given in the question? You're pulling out and keeping one after the other. That is the first part of any math answer. Okay, especially explanation, answer and all. Then you have to state what is the formula you're going to use for clearing and getting these answers. That is the second part. So data part, formula part. If at all a proof is required, that is the third thing. Okay, proof or something, if at all required. Fourth thing, units are must while answering such questions. Just remember, it's going to be so expensive for you if you forgot to write the units. Maybe teacher will cut at least half mark, and that is really valuable for you. So that is about units. All right, now imagine you have got an answer with no units. The answer has no unit. Okay, so many such things comes in mathematics. You can write in bracket 15 is the answer. You got 15 units. Simply write units. Okay, the word unit is very good, and kindly check with our teachers also whether I could go like this or not. Some teachers may say something else to you. Okay, a derivation of physics, any points? Yeah, certainly I'll get to that. Hold on. So now this is about the units. And by the way, guys, okay, the question asked right now by Nikita is about derivation of physics. What is basically happening with the derivation in among the children? Let me tell you openly, most of the children, they don't understand what is exactly the derivation, except those who are very good at math and those who could understand the real mathematical geometrical stuffs behind it. Let us take for example derivation of the lens formula. okay, or mirror formula, lens makers formula, whatever it is. If you carefully study the diagram, you're going to see the two congruent triangles, and once you took the two congruent triangles, you can easily work out your mathematics, and I'm sure you are going to catch what is the real derivation. Okay, you people are so lucky. Why? You have such animated classrooms available free in YouTube, so many, and you want to find, if there is a will, you have enough classes in YouTube, you can get the clear point. Then you can change all the, some people are like, when I do derivation, shall I have to keep all the letters A, B, C, D as such? No. If you understood the procedure and the method of deriving, you can keep any letters or any line segments or anything that you're marking in your derivation. That says, if you change your letter and write yourself, that says you did not by heart it, rather you know it and you applied it. At derivation, in physics, you have so many methods. Like from here to the next point, I can go straight, or I can go little curved, or I can go all the way kilometers and come, like the difference between distance and displacement. So in physics also same thing. The one who reaches the answer straight and suddenly by using derived formulas, not direct formulas and going from this formula to next formula, next formula, next formula, finally reaching the answer. Some can directly correlate it with the derived formula and reach the answer. They are the winners in physics. And believe me, apart from chemistry and biology, where so many content is there to be remembered and by heart and recollected, physics has a major concept in the chapter, and based on the chapter grows. And if you got the main concept and the later derivations, physics is the beauty, provided your math is not handicapped. Okay, so let us go ahead with the next thing. Remember, all the tables must be drawn with what? Pencil and ruler. Okay, then on the math question answer paper, I would like to recommend you to write on your paper's right hand side one huge margin, a thicker margin. So left also a margin, right also a margin. Inside that right margin, you can do all your rough works. Otherwise, some people, they go at the back page, do the work, come back page, turning will take your time. So you can write what all the rough works there. But remember, once you finish your answering the main part in the main body, take your pencil and cross the rough work. Okay, so that teacher is not going to correct it. So you will be like, sir, this will affect your look of the paper. No, the rough work is required for teacher to understand exactly how did you come to this point. Okay, unless you see some children do the rough work at the back and put all the points clearly here, teacher might be suspicious. How did he get it? He could even copy, right? But imagine on the right side itself rough work is there and you just crossed it. Why are you crossing it sometimes, right? Children asking. Because some teachers tend to read this also as the part of an answer, especially board exam. You don't know what is the psychology of people who are correcting your papers, to whom it is going. Okay, a teacher who is teaching in a very rural area and their English is very poor there for the people, your answer sheet with the standard English, teacher is so much, overwhelmed with the paper. But imagine it goes to a metropolitan city, a teacher's living there and they are using very good language and English as a part of their life, and the teacher is correcting. She's like this below standard English. Okay, I'm sorry for that, I'm coughing. So by the way, now these are the important things about graph questions. Don't forget to write the question number on the top of the graph sheet. Many people forget it. Secondly, if the graph question came at the end, please do not attach the graph paper at the last page. There is a full chance for it to tear off and go. Then some of you are like, okay, I know, sir, graph page should be attached in between the booklet. Yes, but don't attach wherever you like. Try to keep it just behind the question which is intended to take this graph as the answer. Okay. Otherwise, the teacher has to search and find out where is the question, where is the answer, where is the graph. So guys, listen, that's very important. Take that into a note, and on the graph, do not forget to put the scales that you used. You have scaled down the diagram. No, so that scales. Label the axis. Some of you people simply draw x and y axis. You forget to put x and y. That's very important. You need to do it, otherwise it's going to be a danger. Okay. Next, another important thing that you have to carefully keep while going through. Okay, you're writing the exams or you're going to complete the exam. That's what the part we are going now. So if it is an English exam, okay, reading comprehension. Do not read the given passage unless you have read the questions asked in the passage. What is the technique? First, you read the questions that they want you to answer. Once you read the questions, you understood what am I going to take from the passage, or else you are simply beating around the bush. So instead of that, just go read the questions and get all the questions in the mind, and with that prejudice, you're going to read what the passage. So when you read the passage, suddenly your mind catches, yeah, this is that question I would like to. So underline the points and catch it from there. Okay. So now another question, writing section when it comes in English. Okay, especially in English, don't mix up the sections, don't mix up the questions. Teachers are not going to write like it at all. Okay, at least section B or section C full as such you write. Don't mix section B and C questions. It is like physics and chemistry getting mixed up. So do not do that. So when writing section comes, what are you going to do? You must make sure that you have kept the word limit. Okay, very important matter in English. If you do not keep the word limit, teacher is going to, English, the beauty of English is be concise, precise, specific, and tell the answer in few words. Okay, that is the beauty. Try to follow that. And now, do not mix up the sections. Now, at the end of the exams, before that, some general tips also I would like to bring to your notice. These are very common tips used for any exam. Write neat, sure. Like legible, sure. Give space between what each words. It's very sure. Some people write without any space, as if we can't understand where is the full stop and comma. Okay, give space between each words. It one line or two lines leave between each answers. I told you before. Now, why? If at all you get the time to go back and you add and polish your answer, do not add extra points. I'm telling you seriously, do not add extra points. You're thinking like, okay, I can get extra mark. Extra mark is not there, never in the paper. And imagine the extra point you added by mistake was not completely clear, and the rest all answer was perfect. The added extra point is going to go wrong, and just because you added that, the teacher is going to cut half mark for the previous answer. So dangerous. Okay, so what is this two lines left for? If at all you want to polish your answer by giving some more tips or about this particular point. Okay, but not extra point which is nothing to do with this. Okay, so while you're writing, imagine you want to cut something. Some people cut, some people just put XXX, some people circle like this and go. No, just one strike through. Okay, that's it. Keep the neatness of the paper intact. Okay, now next, use only black or blue ink, because any other colors, even though drawing pictures and all, especially for board exams, not allowed. What is it? Imagine you used a colorful picture, you drew a picture, and you can give this message to the teacher who is going to correct your paper, that I have drawn my diagram with a picture, and if at all you get that is my paper, identify that, right? So these all are taken to be what into consideration seriously by CBSE. So you're supposed to write only with blue or black ink. Okay, then never use short languages in guys. Okay, sorry for that, there was a small delay which has happened in between. There was a power failure here. So let us continue. I was talking about the tips. Okay, short handwriting. So guys, look, never use any short writings in your answer sheet. Why? Some of you have the habit of writing b/n as a between, or sometimes like such a primary as 1 to the power 1 degree, 2 degree, like that. So these all things are not at all allowed in the paper, as they are going to affect our real presentation of the paper. Sorry for that power delay. And now let us conclude, guys. So what is next? We have to go for black and blue ink, okay, short languages and scientific terms and all. Imagine you have written, make sure you have circled it, you have just made it bold, okay, you have put a box around it or whatever possible there. Okay, now what is at the end of the exam? So guys, look, extra questions, sometimes you get extra questions, never solve it. Why? When you solve extra questions, you're thinking like, okay, teacher might come across my extra answer and extra mark I could get. Never ever. What is the reason, guys? Let me tell you what exactly happens there in extra questions. So it's very simple, common sense. What is it? In extra questions, when we go ahead, hope you all are able to see me, right? Guys, okay, please text me accordingly. So in the extra question section, what happens, when you are writing extra things and teacher already corrected your answer, okay, and once the corrected answer is being done, that particular mark is taken from, yes, we are supposed to take that mark from that particular answer, and teacher will take it in the box which is in the first page of the answer sheet. So they will take that box from there, they take the answer sheet and then just put into what, that particular box. Suppose you have answered the or question, the choice question from there, teacher want to bring that answer and mark over here. Meanwhile, the box is already filled. Teacher will rather get angry with you and your paper. Why? Because you wasted teacher's time correcting your second answer also. You get my point? So that is not at all good. So make sure you don't answer the other question, the second or question at all in answering in the paper, because it's a waste of time. Or else if you want to answer and you feel like the second one is best, cut and remove the first. But imagine you're going to cut an answer and write the next answer. Do not cut an answer before you completed the other or question completely. I repeat it. Do not cut the previously written answer unless you completed the or question perfectly. What will happen now? Imagine the or question you couldn't complete, a teacher snatched your booklet, okay, and you already previous answer you already cut. Both answers gone for you, isn't it? That is a danger. So be careful about that. Now at the end of the exam, it's a must, okay, read through the paper, go once more. Everyone, you have seen the high scoring children, they never gave the paper to teacher very early in advance, right? They are like last moment also they are reading, ma'am, 1 minute, let me go through, right? What are they doing? They are checking. Believe me, if you read through your paper once more, okay, you're like, how I know, how did I manage to write this much itself, and you are asking me to read it once more, next punishment for me. No, believe me guys, if you read it, you yourself will sit and laugh, what all bullshit I have written, man. Then you can correct your mistakes. At least a minimum of 2 to 5 marks change happens if you read your answers once more. Can you believe it? You can make it done. And then while reading you so, oh my god, I missed the question number for this one. Okay, so while you were answering all the ticked ones you answered first, then all this this boxed ones you answered, now the circle ones are remaining now. Okay, go to circled ones and you left the gap there now. Okay, don't leave it like that and go. What you have to do is circled ones answer you take and just go for a wild guess, an educated guess I can call. Okay, take an educated guess and put your answer there. Who knows your answer is going to be right or wrong, isn't it? So let it be wrong. What is the problem? Is there any negative marking? No, right? So if at all there is a chance for getting it right, okay, you added that marks. So that's a beautiful method. Never forget and never leave even a single question. Now some of you are like, this is surely an out of syllabus question. The general rule used by most of the correction valuation campus, like imagine a question is noted to be out of syllabus and which is not available in the syllabus for the children. Then if the child has gone across the question and written the question number and written some answer, okay, even if it is wrong, the child should get full mark for that answer. So it is lucky to have out of syllabus questions, isn't it? You'll be lucky to get what the answers and you'll get the marks. So never leave it like out of syllabus. How dare I answer you? How dare you ask such questions to me? No, nothing like that. Okay, guys. So that's at the end. And then fill all the lines you left and draw all the lines, make all the things beautiful, and wherever possible attach the diagrams and cut your mistakes And if at all you solved a question, resolve it, not going through the numbers once more. Resolve it by calculating and check whether your answer is correct or not. A confirmation is always better before you give the final paper. Okay, so now after doing all these things, suppose you did not get very good marks for exam. Do not worry. There is always a scope, a room for improvement, right? We may not be what just getting the expected result in one throw itself. Sometimes we need to understand and make changes, isn't it? So slowly with practice, we will make changes and we will reach into the perfection. Remember, a teacher who knows large amount of knowledge is there, but doesn't know how to prepare and present in front of you. The moment the teacher comes to class, you're like, oh my God, how am I going to manage this? A teacher who knows nothing, but have a very good presentation style, even though little only the teacher knows or the speaker knows, but the presentation style is good. You sat there and you watched it. You really enjoyed it, right? So that is what I'm telling you. If your answer paper's presentation style is followed by using all these dynamics, teacher is getting engrossed in the answers, enchanted with your lighting styles, and into your answers, and will keep that as a good memory. Oh, I got those days a beautiful paper to correct where the child has written everything. And once the teacher comes to know, oh my God, the child's paper whom I corrected became the rank holder of CBSE. Wow, it's a privilege for me, isn't it? Okay, suppose your paper correction is over and you scored about 95. Second and third level re-evaluation will happen with another panel. Okay, so you have to make sure you are competent with your words, your lines, your English language, and everywhere. Then nowhere there is a chance for cutting your marks. So guys, that's all for today, and hope you all understood the real method of writing and the major dynamics that play during such board exams, isn't it? So guys, all the best for your board exams. And if anybody is there here watching who did not subscribe, kindly subscribe the channel. Do not forget to enable that bell icon so that when I come live, when I post other videos, everything told in my channel except some important family matters or some music which I love. Most of the things are related with studies, education, and how to simplify everything for you. Just focus on all these things, guys. Keep watching. Happy watching. Subscribe and enable the bell icon. And that's all for today. So guys, hope you all are happy with the discussions. Now we can have any question answers. Those who would like to ask any question can question. You can type your question here. I will be getting to your answers by one, and then let us see. After answering for 5 to 10 minutes, we can just conclude the session. Go ahead, waiting for your questions. If at all questions are not flowing, then suddenly we can just wind up the session. And I'm extremely sorry, in between there was a power failure. Okay, I'm sorry. As usual, everything was connected. See, I told you to prepare everything before the exams. I prepared everything. There was some small technical problem with the mic, and I was just troubled with that. So what happened, at the end, I kept the charger, but the plug of the charger was not switched on. That's how the laptop, as usual, boom, gone out. So that was the power delay happened in between. Hope you couldn't miss too long. I came back early and managed everything. So that's all for a great day. Ask if at all you want to text something. Otherwise, we can wind up the session, guys. So go ahead. Now let us see how is it going on. Hope you are hearing me. I have some doubt again whether the live is just on air or what. Oh, good. Thank you. Saida has answered me. It is live. I think there was a break in between, right? Just there was a break, or you saw it was just rotating. I don't know. But anyway, thanks. My laptop restarted very quickly and I could catch up the earliest. in between I have gone through some tension. That's all, how to manage it. Anyway, that's fine. Wonderful. So guys, nobody is having a question to ask, so I think we can just wind up today's session. Hope to see you in the next session. Okay, and that's all for tonight. Sorry, today it's not night. Okay, so take care, guys. And evening. So guys, listen. Evening, I have a, as a part of the social service, I have a group of people entering in life for learning English, and the language spoken will be exclusively Malayalam. So even if you come across and you see somebody speaking and I speak in Malayalam language and you are unable to follow me, do not worry. Okay, you can keep the subtitles on and listen. This is just how to polish your English as a part of our daily services given to the society. So do not confuse what happened to Salim sir and his channel. Okay, so that's all for today. Bye bye all. Take care. Bye bye.